as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Check. 42's the mic. Check. 42's the mic.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Mike's 42. Mike's
11 mighty. 11 mighty. God.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? Was that like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Hey, we got to snap.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high number, 20 points scored.
4, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Check. Put the boys down, he's coming. First 6.
Watson now to throw.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the... So we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
24.
Throwing again is Watson. There's the rookie from Auburn, Anthony Schwartz. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Deshaun Watson, when you think about the toughest quarterbacks in the league to game plan against, he's got to be in your top 5, does he not?
And when you talk about game planning, putting him in the top 5, that's an easy call because he can make every throw. That's not an issue at all. He has great touch delivering the football. But that mobility, that added dimension, when he escapes the pocket and those receivers find their way open, short, medium, and long, he finds the right guy. And last but not least, his toughness. He can stand in the pocket, take a hit, and deliver.
A run for Nick Chubb. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. The point after is good, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Here we go.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 34. From the shotgun, he'll throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Burrow's throw into the hands of Sample. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11, 11, 11, 11.
Now Joe Mixon. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. 5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them, and number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down. After one, a 14-3 ball game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Handoff comes to Chubb. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. So this rivalry, Charles, Cincinnati and Cleveland, you felt like for a while it took a dip as these two franchises struggled, but now I think this rivalry is budding again as one of the best under-the-radar rivalries in the NFL.
I agree with you absolutely because both of these teams have the arrow pointing up. They've kind of solved their quarterback issues. They're building up their rosters. But one of the most defining moments of this rivalry to me wasn't even in a Browns-Bengals game. It was a Seahawks-Bengals game when head coach Sam White addressed the crowd and emphasized that Cincinnati was the place to be.
But, Charles, I think his exact words were, you don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati. Now a throw here to his running back. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
No, check that. We want Mike 52 right now.
Again, it's Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. They go with Chubb on 2nd down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. He's at the 50. 30. 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TV. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime because I think we were headed towards one. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is down to 4. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, Let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. A give. This is Chubb. Able to slither by. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 114 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
First down, Browns.
Reset. 19. Check Mike 27. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
To a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. From midfield now, Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
58's the mic.
Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get. Taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Tight end right, tight end right. 4 down.
On third down, Burrow. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
carry now for Kareem Hunt. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
On 4th down, Watson. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down, and the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of a going to get him. Sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Mike, he's coming, check in. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Burrow. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run. Chubb. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. and that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And even 150 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Back to throw, Watson. Sliding out of the pocket. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's something we have not seen.
A good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Reset, 19. Check Mike, 27. Here we go, let's bring it. 31. Let's go, let's bring it.
Chubb. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Reset.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Who that?
They run it again with Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the red zone now, Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
From the 29, Burrow. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there is no space available, and incompletion as a result.
4th and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field.
Mike 28. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Mike 28. Mike 28.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Just like that. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's.
Watson on first down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. A chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long. Watson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he is all the way up past the 25. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the rookie Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Browns 28.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
42's the mic, boys. 42. 42's the mic.
11 MT. 11 MT.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Check. Mike 42.
On 2nd and 7. Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Going for it. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And now here is another interception.
Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome.
And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally. And
this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year.
And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now it's Burrow.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 23. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And again, it's Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and the Bengals grab it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
He has been a workhorse. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Browns. Extra point forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Browns 42, Bengals 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
We own
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here we go. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 44. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Second down at 3. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Let's get it. 11. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. He can't hang.
Now Burrow. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Go.
Hey, can.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Here's Fuller with a catch. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Burrow on first down. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. There, and it's 2nd and 11. On the carry, it's Chubb. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger.
He's got a man, complete. And some room to maneuver. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
And his kick is indeed good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. So this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A final shot now for Burrow. Quick slant caught by Chase. And he's corralled, but not before getting